Messi talked about how Bartomeu lied to him. Neymar is throwing a party in the midst of the coronavirus pandemic, and Mourinho will try to buy Ramos in Tottenham. Friends, the winter transfer window will open in Europe in a couple of days, which means there will be a lot of hot rumors. Subscribe to our channel to get the most accurate and useful information the fastest. Guys, which player was the main young discovery for you in 2020? Let us know in the comments below. Now quickly drop like to this video. Done? Okay, let's go! PSG has announced the sacking of Thomas Tuchel. The club has finally made the official statement. Chelsea may soon fire Frank Lampard. The club wants to invite Thomas Tuchel to replace him, Bild reports. Roman Abramovich is merciless. Yesterday's game of the matchday 16 of the EPL between Manchester City and Everton was cancelled and postponed. The outbreak of the coronavirus in the squad of the citizens is to blame. Real Madrid don't want Gareth Bale to return from a loan at Tottenham. Madrid are hoping Spurs will buy the Welshman at the end of the season. Mauricio Pochettino has already signed a contract with PSG, says journalist Fabrizio Romano. It remains to wait for the official announcement. Transfer of Messi? I can't comment on this. In a couple of months, we will meet face-to-face and discuss the situation, said Ronald Koeman in an interview with El Mundo Deportivo. Inter plans to loan Divock Origi from Liverpool with a buyout option for 10 million euros, writes Italian journalist Gianluca Di Marzio. Last season, it was a 2 victory over Barcelona that helped us believe that we would win the Champions League. Bild quotes Bayern defender Joshua Kimmich. Ibrahimovic acquired a piece of forest in Sweden for hunting and fishing. Its area is about 1,000 hectares and the cost is 3 million euros. PSG offered the job to Mauricio Pochettino because they could not agree with Massimiliano Allegri. The former Juventus coach had excessively high salary requirements. Diego Costa missed Atletico's training session due to the negotiations to terminate his contract with the club. The Spaniard asked the Colchoneros to let him go because of personal problems. In my opinion, the 3 best defenders in the world are Sergio Ramos, Virgil van Dijk and Kalidou Koulibaly. Borussia Dortmund forward Erling Haaland is quoted by Il Mattino. AC Milan are offering Gianluigi Donnarumma a new contract with an annual salary of 7 million euros. Chelsea defender Ben Chilwell has secured 4 assists in 16 games this season, the same as the Englishman did last season at Leicester. Jadon Sancho is likely to leave Borussia Dortmund next summer. This was stated by journalist and insider Fabrizio Romano in his podcast. I've suffered because of Arsenal's results in the last few weeks. I feel a lot of responsibility, said the head coach of the London team, Mikel Arteta. Ronaldo posted a photo with his girlfriend Georgina Rodriguez and the award of the best player of the 21st century. The perfect combination, states the Twitter of the Portuguese. According to the statistics portal Opta, the current season of Ligue 1 is the most productive in the last 28 years. On average, French championship teams score 2.79 goals per match. Liverpool midfielder Jorginho Wijnaldum will make the final decision on his future this week, Sky Sports reports. Fenerbahce wants to get the former Real Madrid and PSG striker Hesse. He is now in free agent status. Napoli decided to sell 4 players in January. The Neapolitans intend to say goodbye to defenders Fauzi Gulam and Kevin Malkoui, as well as strikers Arkadiusz Milik and Fernando Llorente. My dream is that Barcelona will score 6 goals against Real Madrid again, Barça presidential candidate Joan Laporta said in an interview with YouTube channel La Lungla. Tottenham will end the loan of Jetson Fernandes in January. The player will return to Benfica. Timo Werner has failed to score for Chelsea in 11 straight games in all competitions. Real Madrid will offer David Alaba a 3-season contract with an annual salary of 10 million euros. Juventus' press service said defenders Giorgio Chiellini and Merrick Demiral have returned to training after recovering from muscle injuries. Robert Lewandowski has already scored 17 goals this season in the Bundesliga, more than Werder Bremen, Augsburg, Cologne, Mainz, Arminia and Schalke. Cagliari and Sassuolo will compete for Inter midfielder Raja Nainggolan, Tuttosport claims. Yesterday, the first games of the matchday 16 were played in the Premier League. Everton vs Manchester City game was postponed due to the outbreak of COVID-19 in the camp of the citizens. Well, the rest of the results are on your screens. And now, as always, the main news. We continue to analyze the new interview of Lionel Messi to La Sexta, in which the Argentine harshly criticized José Bartomeu, who left the post of Barcelona president in October. Bartomeu lied constantly. I can assure you, he has been lying for years. The club is now in a dire financial state. It will be very difficult for Barcelona to return to their former level. It will be extremely difficult for the new president. Even signing players will be difficult. There are no funds at all for good performers. It will be very expensive to get Neymar back too. As you know, I wanted to leave and I wanted to do everything as it should be. But the president decided to make me some kind of movie villain. I understood that it would be better for everyone, for the club and for me. I had to leave because this cycle came to an end. The former president of the club, Bartomeu, for several years deceived me on many points. This decision didn't come from a click. It was a whole journey for me. If I decided everything through the court, I would prove my case, but I didn't want to bring it up to this and leave the club like this. Lionel said. At that time, I probably should have gone to a psychologist, but I didn't. I understand that I need it, but it's difficult to take this step. Close people and my wife Antonella often insist on this, but I'm the person who keeps everything to myself and doesn't share it with others. Although communication with a psychologist could really benefit me, Messi admitted. Barcelona striker Lionel Messi and Atletico striker Luis Suarez are planning to reunite in MLS in the future. This information was shared by the journalist Xavi Campos on the air of the Catalunya radio. According to him, the intentions of the Argentinian and the Uruguayan are very serious. Messi and Suarez even know which particular club they want to move to. The Argentinian and the Uruguayan are confident that in the United States, Inter Miami, owned by David Beckham, may become the most suitable place for them. Interestingly, in a fresh interview with La Sexta, Messi himself said that he would like to try his hand at the States. I have desire to play in the USA, to live in this country, and get experience of playing in the MLS. But so far, I have no long-term plans. First, you need to end this season, said Lionel. Interesting. Apparently, there is still some truth in these rumors. So, we continue to monitor the situation around the Argentine. Tottenham head coach Jose Mourinho is looking to acquire Real Madrid defender and captain Sergio Ramos, according to the Evening Standard. According to the source, the special one is looking for reinforcement in the center of the Spurs' defense and hopes that Ramos will be able to close the problematic position. Mourinho is expected to make an attempt to sign Sergio next summer when the Spanish center-back's contract with Real Madrid officially expires. 34-year-old Ramos has already worked with the Portuguese coach at the Royal Club from 2010 to 2013. So, Mourinho's desire to reunite with his former player seems quite logical. Guys, it would be something huge if 34-year-old Ramos really goes to conquer the EPL at the end of his career. We mentally shake his hand and say loudly, "Respect." PSG star Neymar is on vacation in his native Brazil and, in the midst of the pandemic, throws a massive party for 500 people there. According to the local newspaper O Globo, the footballer organized a 5-day event that started on December 26th and will run until January 1st. Neymar's party takes place in a special soundproofed underground room. For guests, there is a dance floor, a bar, a DJ stage, a games room, and a video game area. And in order not to disturb those who live next to a noisy site, Neymar rented a neighboring house. At the same time, the footballer has introduced strict rules. Guests cannot use mobile phones, as well as take photos and videos, leaking materials to the internet. Of course, in Brazil, a very few people approve of Neymar's festivities, since the country is one of the leaders in the number of cases of coronavirus. However, the agency Fabrica, which is responsible for organizing the celebration, denied on its Instagram page the news that 500 people were at the party. In a statement, Fabrica representatives noted that about 150 people were invited to visit Neymar, and no sanitary standards established by state bodies were observed at the event. Well, anyway, we cannot forbid Neymar to live beautifully. Friends, we recommend you a video on the Top Football channel. Recently, our friends talked about football players who are too fond of luxury and show off. Who is on their list? Go and find it out. The video is right in front of you. And that is it. Thanks for watching, subscribe for football news, have a nice one, and see you in a bit.